Hello, hello, and welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I see Gil in chat, Lucky, Rhonda, Dad Not Dude. Hey, Billy, how you doing? Toddly enough. Rhonda says, I'm ready to be stumped. Well, I'm glad because that's what day it is. D, with what? Is it the 7th comment of the day? That is rare, a rare miss for D, but I'm glad you made it. Therese, good day to you. Hi, Dad Not Dude. And, we are going to be doing a Saturday Stumper, which is what we do on Saturdays here. This is well known to be the hardest puzzle in mainstream crosswords. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? And we got Grace here, working all day, so I need this break. That's what I like to hear. Daily Crossword Live loves to help people procrastinate. I haven't done one of these Stumpers in ages because I was away, and so I'm a little, I don't know, feeling a little nervous right now. Out of town, says D, taking a weekend break. Okay, well, I'm glad you're taking your break with us. Remember that Stumpers don't have titles. They do have constructors. This one's by Matthew Sewell, who I think makes a lot of the Stumpers that we've done. And so, I don't know, normally these grids look a little more imposing. This one looks fairly innocuous to my scan, but don't be fooled. I'm sure difficulty awaits. Hey, Minnie, good to see you. And yeah, I see Rhonda already guessing one across. So let's try it. Satisfaction, reaction in 3 letters. Lucky, and yeah, so unfortunately, there are a lot of spellings of this. Lucky spelling it, satisfaction, but it could also be 2 H's, as Rhonda is suggesting. It could even be an insight, that kind of satisfaction, aha, which is what James is suggesting. So maybe we could keep the A in and see if it works. And then the top is slightly cut off. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me scroll this down. Yeah, the problem is it's a pretty narrow band. Okay, hopefully you can actually see the top now and the clue. We'll see if that works. Rock band with a lightning bolt in the middle of its logo. Wow, I actually know this one. And Rhonda, my musical expert, knows this one too. Can you lower your screen cut off? Is this better? Sweet Pea says it's better. I know, yeah, it's kind of a narrow band. And I know TikTok is kind of cluttered up there. Yeah, Simply Strick is here saying AC/DC. Wow, a rare gimme in a Stumper. Unless AC/DC turns out to be wrong, I would not be surprised if some other band has a... Felix even gave me the emoji. Oh my god, that looks perfect. Look at that. That lightning emoji. All right, I'm feeling good about AC/DC. And it works with our A at 1 across, so maybe appropriate. It's a pretty vague clue. 4 letters starting with a C. I'm sort of tempted to just look at 17 across also, so we have more to work on. Sit for a spread. All right. Yeah, James from Seattle saying maybe cool, appropriate, and cool. That is not impossible. Yeah, like that's cool. That'll do. That's appropriate. I'm liking it more and more. Okay, Rhonda and Toddly Enough and Therese and Felix and Larry and Grace are all saying dine. Yeah, I like this too. Sit for a spread. A spread as in like a table spread. Okay. I can work with that. Why don't we try 2 down? Priceless. In quotes, priceless. So it's sort of a verbal equivalent. I'm just one opinion is here saying dine. It's an interesting username. So this is also kind of hard, unsurprisingly. Maybe we'll look at 20 across. Maybe we'll look at 20 across. I find it's a lot easier to guess words when you get the first letter. NSA West Berlin facility. Ooh, Felix has a very nice point. I was reading this clue as appropriate, but it could be appropriate, as in to steal. That's a good eye, Felix. Yeah, and it is. That's a very stumpery thing to do. I mean, I don't know how much it helps because I can't actually think of a 4-letter word starting with a C that means steal. Pizza Pete says the puzzle is behind the TikTok UI. I think that happens every time, Pete. I've noticed if you start to type a comment, even if you don't actually go through with typing the comment, then you can see that it clears the clutter at the top of the screen. You might then lose the TikTok chat. It's just an unfortunate. Okay, so hold on. Getting some guesses. Dead Note Dude saying clip, which might be a slang way to say steal. Or crip, says Therese. Copy. Ooh, copy. Ooh, copy actually works really well, Lucky. To appropriate is to copy. That's my favorite so far. Meanwhile, code room is what Sweet Pea is saying for 20 across, which kind of makes sense for NSA. Oh boy. But how confident are we? I mean, we could start putting things in. The problem is it's hard to... Fry just followed us. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, crip, copy, crib, and clip. Oh my god. There's so many possibilities. Does 2 down help? Priceless. It doesn't. Not me. Maybe we could start futzing with 1 across. We were thinking either or ah. I guess the H would be in the 3rd slot no matter what. So maybe we try this. Lay 2 down is priceless in quotes. It's just, and we were thinking that with 1 across, maybe it would start with an A or an H. I'm sort of tempted to look at 3 down. Beneficiary of special provisions in the Indian Constitution. Interesting. Huh. Okay, Felix is saying maybe this starts with Hindu. Blake says hoity. Is that for 2 down? Priceless. Hoity? Jeffrey says Hindu caste. Oh my god. That's actually very possible. So hold on. Hindu does look right. It's about the Indian Constitution. Caste does fit. Maybe we just stick with... You know what else I like about Hindu is that it works with some of our guesses for 13 across. We were thinking either crib or clip. Yeah, Hindu something. James wants Hindu caste. We could check 25 across. Exit line. I mean, this is what these stumpers end up looking like. The grid is kind of Swiss cheese because you can't fill in all the density that you normally do on a crossword. Tough stuff. I mean, that's what we come here on Saturdays for. Code rooms is looking better. That's a good point. That's a very good point. People were guessing code room for NSA West Berlin facility. And the D in Hindu does seem like it works with that. Can we make this work? Priceless. Ooh, Dad Not Dude says exit line is chow. Ah, nice. Yeah, that looks really good. It's like something you say when you're exiting. It's a line that you say when you're exiting. The reason I'm so excited about this is for cast, which was our leading theory for 3 down, and now seems to work better. Oh, we are so close to feeling confident about this section. Corona concoction. Corona concoction. Yeah, W for the chow, says Grace. Completely agree. That was a good pull. 23 across. All right, are we doing 23 across? Oh, yeah, Bob Beck and D and Grace and Dad Not Dude all saying beer something. Right, Corona's a beer. Grace says beer IPA. That's what Tord says too. Oh no, I prefer what Jessica and Mike Vikstrom are saying, which is beerita, which I think is a thing. My problem with beer IPA is, first of all, it's not a term I've ever heard. Second of all, Corona is not an IPA. But beerita is, I'm pretty sure, a combination margarita and beer, and it's typically made with a Corona. So I'm happy with beerita. And crib, of all things. The clue, looking like appropriate, and the answer is crib. God. Can we finally get this? Yeah, Tord says burrito for sure. Bob Beck says they're tasty. I'm not sure if I've ever had one. Those little ones, that's right. They have like specialty little bottles of Corona, Jessica, that they put in. Yeah, I think Jerry G is right on this one. Another very difficult entry. Priceless, a riot. My God. So 1 across was after all. This might have been our first guess of the day, even. I think someone was spelling it this way. All right, if 23 across looks good with TUR, then I'm gonna declare our opening corner complete. Yeah, Jeffrey and Sweet Pea and Tord and D all guessing a riot. Whoa, why a riot? So a riot, like a laugh riot, someone who's hysterical, you might call, oh, you're a riot. So, oh, that's priceless. That's a riot. Does that make sense? Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, petrify. Okay, great. Sella and Rhonda. Mike, Rainbow Canoe is back. All saying turn to stone. Yeah, Minnie getting turned to stone. Yeah, laughter. Oh, and it fits. I love it. It's good. Yeah, normally petrify is used metaphorically to mean like to scare someone, but here it literally does mean turn to stone, as in like Medusa. So petrify, turn to stone. I'm actually feeling very good about that entry. And chain letters, which is a very difficult clue, but we didn't even need the clue on a stumper RNA. I guess like RNA is a chain of nucleotides. All right. We're doing all right. That was a fight of a opening corner. But I feel like we're in decent shape now. Yeah? 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's oddly enough, Teresa and Sella all saying the same thing. I do like it. D agrees. Which 5-letter entry are we gambling? That's a good question, Felix. Yeah, for Hurdle, what we've been doing is just picking the last 5-letter entry in the puzzle and saying no matter what it is, we're going to open Hurdle with that. The last 2 times I did it, it seemed to work. Meaning, we got kind of lucky with our letters. I guess 49 down, maybe? Maybe that can be our Hurdle gamble. What do we think? 60 across says lucky. Oh yeah, 60 across is another going to win. Yeah, so let's do 60, and if 60 is not a valid word, we'll default to 57. Yeah? Yeah, D agrees. Reflexive remark. Mike says, I don't get it. What don't you get? The Hurdle conversation? Is that what you don't get? Because I can explain. Oh, meanwhile, reflexive remark. Ah, good. Lucky and Jessica. Ooh, this is hard. Barbara McDowell's on Facebook coming in with a good answer. Achoo! How'd you guys get this so quickly? I guess it's literally a reflex when you sneeze. Hard clue. And the crosses don't look amazing, I'm going to be honest. Logo, library, signage, licenser. What? Minnie says, did you start doing the Hurdle gamble thing so Blake can't give you terrible Hurdle suggestions anymore? Wow, you're getting roasted on YouTube, Blake. No, that's not why. Our moderator, Jane, just suggested it out of the blue one day, and it seemed fun. So we've been doing it. I sort of like the stress and anticipation that it causes. And Blake is like, I hear them. Oh, KPV and Tort are saying NCAA. Logo, library, signage, licenser. Can someone explain this one to me? I'm not sure I get this. Adrian. So NCAA is... Grace says, can we make a new thing where you get to pick the word if it's your birthday? We've actually done that before, Grace. Is it anyone's birthday today? I'm waiting for Sweet Pea or Larry Locke to explain NCAA to me. Logo, library, signage, licenser. NCAA is like the College Athletics Association. Blake says they manage a library of team logos. Okay. Oh, Scav is here. Scav, where were you when we were struggling with our opening corner? I'm sure you would have been helpful. Royal Canon Sister Brand. Scav and D and Blake and Lucky and Jessica are all saying IAMS. So IAMS I know as a brand of pet food. I don't know Royal Canon, but I'm going to trust you guys. Yeah, Lucinda and Bob Beck and Therese and Barbara, everyone is agreeing on IAMS. KPV says definitely. Okay. Then I'm happy. Old school fuddy-duddies. Oh, wow. There's actually more cleverness in this clue than it appears. I was not seeing this, but yeah, 50-foot Queenie is here saying marms. School marms is a phrase. I think it means kind of like an old school, like a strict teacher kind of. Right, like a school marm is a strict teacher from kind of those one room schoolhouse days. So this school here is not like old school like back in the day. It's literally school. Sherry on YouTube got that one. Bob Beck. Cool. Saudi neighbor on the UN roster. Saudi neighbor on the UN roster. Okay. I'm not sure about this. We could. I see. Okay. So several people guessing the same thing on TikTok, at least. Felix and Scav and KPV all saying Sao, which I can kind of make sense of, in that the UN roster is going to list all UN countries alphabetically, right, as KPV says, and then Saudi Arabia is going to be next to something, and I guess it's Sao, a country that starts with the word Sao. Hard clue, but that's what we've come to expect on Saturdays. Nostalgic. Oh, there goes TikTok. Okay. I'm going to refresh my TikTok. Bear with me for one moment, please, and apologies to everyone watching on the other streams. It should only take a moment, hopefully. This has been happening. It is a known issue. That doesn't make it any less frustrating. Okay, hopefully we're back. Yeah, TikTok down says Maddie LV. Bob Beck is joining. Okay, I see people joining on TikTok. Hopefully you're back. Larry Locke jumped to YouTube. Smart move. Nostalgic evocations. Ooh, I really like what Larry and Duo are saying. Throwbacks. Good entry. And it fits the clue. Bob Beck on YouTube is there. Mike says I'm back. Sorry about this. I mean, the TikTok thing is really frustrating. We are actively troubleshooting, and I know it doesn't seem like it, but we're running experiments every day to try to find alternatives. Outlandishly mystical. Interesting. I do appreciate your patience. Grace says, I'm struggling today. Yeah, you're not alone, Grace. Lucky moved to Twitch. Makes sense. Oh, and Pete says the grid looks better now. I guess it got jostled in the crash. Outlandishly mystical. I like what Rhonda and Scav are saying. Woo woo, which is a thing. If someone's into like crystals and dream catchers and that kind of stuff, what you might call them woo woo. Bob Beck likes it, so I like it. People meeting old friends on Twitch. I love to see it. Port in a storm. Port in a storm. Okay. 5 letters, only the O. This is definitely not an easy crossword. I don't know if anyone was thinking it was. But after the opening corner, I feel like we've been going pretty smoothly. Everyone's going to accuse me of jinxing us, but that's just what happens. Oasis. Nice. I like that. That would have taken me way more crosses. But Scav and Tord and Teresa and Rhonda all saying Oasis, which is, yeah, your Port in a Storm, I guess. Should we try 8 down? Yucatan cuisine staple. Okay, so Yucatan is a region of Mexico. Larry Locke got Oasis. Sweet Pea got Oasis. Rhonda says, it's what you do, jinx us. What can I say, Rhonda? I'm an optimist. Would it be better if I said, oh, we're never going to make it through this? We're doomed. Just give up now. Next time TikTok crashes, don't come back because we can't solve it anyway. Oh, Sweet Pea wants something banana, but I actually really like what Felix and Jessica and Lucinda are saying. And Lucinda's even giving me the hot peppers. So habanero. It fits. It fits with our BAN, and it's a staple of at least Mexican cuisine. I don't know about specifically the Yucatan, but Dad Not Dude's happy with it. Okay, Rhonda's good with my jinxing. And Clark getting habanero, Grace giving me the shrug, but that's why we're all working together. Felix, I love spicy food too. Whopping. Whopping. I sort of regret coming here. I want to look at a different one. Ooh, but just as I say that, Therese gives me a very nice guess. And Tord is agreeing. Jerry says hides, which I'm not sure I understand. Lulu says heavy, which does make sense. Okay, so on TikTok we're getting the guess hefty. And hardy also, Lucinda. That's a very good point. Okay, too many possibilities, so down as we go. Engages in body slimming. That's a weird clue. Weird clue indeed. Yeah, heavy, hefty, and hardy are all very plausible answers for 8 across. So I think we just shouldn't put a guess in yet. Scav says abases, which is a very crosswordy word. I'm not sure how it works with the clue. Pete and Jessica and Dad and Dude all say erases, but how does that work with the clue? Can someone explain to me? Or should we just do what Felix is saying and go to 10 down? Emphases. Erases like Photoshop. Erases body fat, says Lulu. Oh, body of a letter, says Pizza Pete. Ah, that explanation I can live with. It's a brutally hard clue, but the body of text. That's the explanation I like for this. Maybe it's wrong. List Bar just followed us. Thank you so much. Engages in body slimming. Very difficult. But I think Pizza Pete is onto something with that explanation. Emphases. Yeah, Tord and Bob Beck and 50-foot Queenie are saying foci, just the plural of focus. And the other thing I really like about foci is that it works with hefty, which was one of our leading guesses for 8 across. So yeah, hefty looking good, Rhonda says. Pretty happy with this. Grace likes hefty. Yeah, focuses, exactly. Although you put a second, my eyes are crossing looking at Dad Not Dude's last comment, because it's like focuses is. All right, that's making me dizzy for some reason. Discommendatory sounds. I'm just one opinion is here, whose opinion is according with everybody else's. Dax and X, tisks. Yeah, Lulu and Grace like tisks. Tisk is like what you say when you disapprove of someone. So to commend is to praise, to discommend is to the opposite of praise. So you say tisk tisk when you don't approve of someone's behavior. That is the explanation. Confirmation hearing, crossing, stood. Okay, we can actually finish this section too. Yeah, Lucky and Grace. Good morning, Sharon. How you doing? We are solving what's called the Saturday Stumper, which is widely considered the hardest crossword in crosswords. Confirmation hearing, yes. I like this clue because it's literally confirmation. Yes is a confirmation. It's what you hear when someone is confirming something. You hear the word yes. And then stood in a rose is pretty straightforward. Cool. Onward. 26 across is awesome, says Joseph. It does look like it might be awesome. Maybe I'll go there next. Plank Boy says we should do a rose for hurdle. Man, I wish, Plank Boy. I really wish. But we've already agreed that no matter what 60 across is, that's what we're doing for hurdle. Stop on the way to the bar. You guys are too clever for this puzzle. Minius Mini and Lucky and Grace. Sweet Pea, Therese, Gil. Hey, Jilly, how you doing? Heather saying LSAT. If you don't understand this is the standardized test you take to get into law school. Bar as in the legal bar. So stop on the way to the bar. It's a very cute clue. Tord thanks Legally Blonde for knowing that. Yeah, Legally Blonde taught a whole generation of people about law. LSAT looks good, says Jerry. Warthog is here saying that drooping is limp. Poncho Chooses is here, also saying limp. I do not hate this guess. Sweet Pea Bob Beck, yeah. I kind of want to see this long central spanner. And now that we have an I in place. Just kidding. Ooh, can we do this? It would really feel like it would unlock the whole grid. We'd get all these central letters. I just can't tell if it's too blank. Just kidding. It's in quotes. So this could be an I or an I'm. I'm going to leave it up for another second, see if anyone has any bright ideas. Otherwise, we'll do it the old-fashioned way of piece. Oh, it could also be it. Bob Beck is saying it or it's. It's all. We probably don't have enough. It's a joke. It's all in good fun, says Jeffrey. That might actually fit. This double O. Jerry G says, I'm saying too much. Wow, how do you have so many good theories? 50-foot queen. Hold on, I'm going to try it's all in good fun because other people are starting to agree. Yeah, Grace agrees. It's all in good fun. It fits. Ooh, I really like this. We'll have to do some confirming, but it's a great theory so far. I scrolled. No, the crossword still looks good. Crosshairs. Yeah, Lucky is happy with it's all in good fun. Toward and Felix are happy. Oh, wow. Warthog and Bob and Jeffrey are saying Matt. Wow. It's actually a beautiful clue. Again, extremely difficult. We're not talking crosshairs as in the scope of a rifle. We're talking about matted hair. So I guess to mat is to literally cross hairs. I think that is the explanation. Yeah, like matted hair. Crazy hair is matted. Yeah, Sweet Georgia. This is Sweet Georgia girl. Man. Oh, Lucinda answering via emoji, which I always appreciate. Rockstar, good. Therese and Plank Boy and Warthog. Lulu and Grace all saying Rockstar. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's go over here. Someone, I've already forgotten who, was guessing awesome for 26 across. Yeah, which, I mean, this is a very difficult clue, but I think it actually works with awesome. Flooring, not as in the wood or the carpet, but literally like it floors you. Yeah, Rhea and Jessica like awesome. It's tough. Am I the only? I can't be the only one who thinks that. Bart McDowell here getting star. Larry Locke getting star. Yeah, like I'm floored, Grace. Exactly. Sharp more than suggestions. I would be struggling so much on this crossword if I were alone. Struggling so much. And I'm out of practice on the stumpers. I didn't solve a single one when I was away. Tangy or tangs? I guess tangs works better with the tense of the clue, or the plurality of the clue. Sharp more than suggestions. Tough. Where to? Maybe we try 28 down. Brits, Your Honor. All right, where are my Brits? Denise Freenan is here writing tangs. Yeah, ends in an S. All right, Brits, help me out. Lucinda's giving me the question mark. I don't think Lucinda's British. But we do get Rhonda's giving me a shrug too. I don't think Rhonda's British. We do get Brits in chat. Denise, what is this actually? Denise is saying MLUD. Milord, says Warthog. Minnie, you're British, right? Milord. Like this? Larry McCormick just followed us. Thank you, Larry. I kind of want to abandon this clue because I don't get it. Sweet Georgia Girl is also saying, is this a thing though? Like, does anyone spell it Milord this way without the R? McGov? McGov is very funny, Mike. Okay, I'm moving on because I don't like being stuck there. Sweeping intervals. I think we have better chance on this one. Sweeping intervals. Yeah, Lucinda's on Denise and Bob Beck. Eons. Intervals of time. Sweeping as in grand. Minispace says, we don't walk around calling everyone my lord is my excuse. Yeah, I don't actually blame you for not knowing that. Poncho Chooses also likes Malord. All right, I'll put it in and see if it works with 34 across. Lady in the House of Lords, what? What is with this little British sub-theme over here? Carissa getting eons, Larry Locke getting eons. It's the British accent that causes Malord. Yeah, I guess they do drop the R's, don't they? Lady in the House of Lords. Does anyone know this? Bob Beck and Felix and Emily and Plankboy are all guessing Flo with an F. Barbara too. Do we know this, or are we just putting something that looks plausible? Felix like I'm guessing a lot. Uh-oh, that's not good. I mean, off looks plausible. We can look at it, but Flo's the only thing I can think of. Who is Flo? Is it a real person, lady in the House of Lords, or is it a general term for a lady in the House of Lords? Jerry's guessing. Oh no. Grace is guessing. Nobody is confident in Flo. It makes me want to take it out, but no longer an option. This actually, I can think of some things. Yeah, Emily and Mike saying the same thing. Off the, Felix is saying something. Yeah, Grace. Okay, Minnie, our resident Brit. Oh no, I just scrolled way too much. Yeah, that looks okay. Minnie, our resident Brit, is saying Floella Benjamin is a person. So maybe Julie says I'm confident about Flo. Is it also because of Floella Benjamin? I just ask because. So first of all, people are saying off the table, which I really liked, but I guess it doesn't fit. Off the menu says Vermont. Off the grid says Rhonda. That to me doesn't exactly mean no longer an option. Off the menu, I think is best. It's a good entry. Yeah, Blar is happy with that. Off the wall also kind of means something else, Larry. Off the wall means like crazy and wacky, right? Yeah, Mike says menu's good. I think I agree. Grace likes it. I mean, we can always correct later if menu turns out to be wrong, but we all feel pretty good about off the something. So Minnie just named, oh, she's a baroness. Floella Benjamin. All right, I'm just gonna have to trust y'all. Plane projections. Oh, good. Yeah, this sounds like it's gonna be a geometric entry, but it's not. It's literally airplanes, and you project the estimated time of departure. Project as in predict. Oh no, TikTok crashed again. Okay. That was sooner than usual. Going to toggle TikTok. Bear with me for another moment or three while I do my little refresh. And I should put a clue on screen so people have something to work on. People who are not on TikTok. All right, hopefully we're back on TikTok in a moment. Sorry, guys. Drawn thermometer razor. Puzzle is kind of weirding me out. Grace says, dang, I knew that, but my brain. Which one? Oh, the ETDs, yeah. I see you, says Listbar. Thank you. Ria's back. Jessica saying, ugh. Yeah, that one was faster than usual, too. I feel like it's about every 20 minutes, but we didn't hit a second 20-minute mark. Oh, meanwhile, Ria comes back with a guess, and Jessica agrees. Donor. Bob Beck and Rhonda. I see. Drawn thermometer razor. I'm picturing like when you're fundraising, you have that thermometer, and every time someone donates, it grows. Is that the idea here? In harmony. in harmony. Good. Grace was fast on this one. Plank Boy James. Paige Weigel. All saying one. Yeah, like as one in harmony. We're all together. Oh, Felix says the firehouse across from me has one going now. So they have a little thermometer that is growing with every donation. Abbreviated accusation. Sherry and Minnie and Larry on YouTube all got one. I feel pretty good about what we have in the grid so far, with the possible exception of menu. That could be something else. So, okay. I'm seeing every variation of did blank. Did it? Did to? Didn't? Did ya? So, crosses we go. Entourage. Entourage. Grace says, I thought did it, but it's not really an abbreviation, which is a good point. It does say abbreviated, which does make Sweet Pea and Chuli's guess of did ya a little more tempting. So an entourage is like your gang, your posse. Lucinda and Therese and James. Oh, James is saying allies, but I think allies has two L's. Aids? Like this? Could be. Your dude, says Bob Beck. Kind of like that, too. The LD looks weird. K-Dot says AIDS. Let's try AIDS. I like that it works with did something. Let's look at 42 across. Yeah, Jerry pointing out AIDS is better for the downs. I completely agree. Good vowel placement, says Warthog. Parker's charge. Oh boy. The problem is pre is kind of a prefix, so it's just not helping much. Right, Therese. Yeah, your aides are the entourage of an official. Prepaid? Presley? Prepaid? Pretext? I think I need a lot more. I need a lot more crosses. Jessica says Colonel Parker and Presley. I'm going to need an explanation on this one. I don't think I understand why Elvis Presley Parker. Can someone explain this? Is Bob Beck wants prepaid. Colonel Parker was Elvis's manager. Okay, if that's true, this is actually plausible. But Denise says it was Elvis's dad, which makes me think we're just guessing. Tom Parker was Elvis's manager. That's what a lot of people are saying. It works with did ya, which I kind of like for abbreviated accusation. Did ya? Did you do it? Wow, very difficult. Parker's charge. He was a character. People seem to know who Parker is. Not Elvis's dad, says Dad Not Dude. I'm looking at 36 down because this LAL thing is kind of weird. Rhonda, who's my resident music expert, agrees that Parker was Presley's manager. I mean, can we appreciate how brutally hard that clue is? Parker's charge. Subject of the book, subtitled Magic, Kareem, and Riley. Okay. I think we got this. Yeah, Grace is like, go sports. I think Pizza Pete and N. Clark and Braden are spot on. LA Lakers. Yeah, Magic Johnson. And Felix giving me the context. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Pat Riley. LA Lakers. That's looking good. And the LAL was a little concerning to me, but it works very nicely in LA Lakers. Blar is excited, but I can't tell if it's sarcasm or not. Schumann's Dichterlieb. Man, I think part of the problem for me in this crossword is that a lot of the cultural references are not in my wheelhouse. Like two sports things. I didn't know this logo, that the NCAA runs a logo library. And I guess even though I'm not a sports person, I knew Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Lucinda says it's sad when the sports clue was the easiest. That's true. Lulu says, is this German? Which it sure looks to me. Denise. Okay, Jeffrey says Lieder is a musical form pioneered by Schumann. Wow. How do you know this? I guess trivia is in your username, so you must be a master. Schumann's Dichterliebe, a Lieder? My head is kind of spinning. Even Rhonda didn't know that, and she's a musical genius. Juliet says Lieder is song in German. All right, Loser Otaku wants 50 across, but I'm already looking at 46 across. We'll do 50 next just for you. Objected. Oh, Emily has a very interesting guess. Oh, it doesn't work though, Emily. It doesn't work if this E is correct. It's slightly in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? I do like had an appeal, but I think it's not. It can't be right. Had appealed, maybe? Oh, had a problem, says Denrod and Sweet Georgia Girl and Ants and Therese and Pizza Pete. Had a problem. Let me just make sure this fits. It does fit. Objected, had a problem. It's a decent theory. All right, let's do this section and then we'll go sort out all our issues. I don't know if problem's right. I don't know if menu's right. We might have some stuff to fix. But Bob Beck thinks it's nice. Amanda Took likes it. Lulu likes it. So yeah, it could be like had an issue. Although again, the E is not quite in the right place, Grace. Went to pieces. Solo Assassin is here saying broke. Heather and Grace and Rhea agreeing. That looks good. Who thinks they could solve this crossword on their own? Show of hands. Let's say you have 3 hours and you need to fill this crossword in on your own. Minius Minnie and Barbara McDowell getting broke. Hit the dirt. Wow. Loser and Therese and Emily, and oddly enough, Barbara says, I'm completely broken. Yeah, that makes 2 of us. Dead Nut Dude says, I'd give it a shot. That's the spirit. And Jessica says, oh, Jack. Shalit says, no way. And Shalit's been getting a lot of answers. Dead Nut Dude says, shovel, which is interesting. Grace says, never, ever. Minnie says 100% no. Sherry says nope. I don't know why this is making me laugh. Rhea says never. Felix says I could. That's some confidence. Sharon says not me. Jerry says would never finish. Mike says I wouldn't get anything. It's crazy. Lucinda says not me. And these are a lot of very good crossword solvers saying this. Loser Otaku says I could do it in like 10 minutes. Wow, so that is some confidence. Felix says I'll skip next Saturday's stream and try it. It could be fun. I mean, I would miss you, but I understand the desire. Level of interest. Ooh, Bob Beck and Therese and Ants and Plank Boy and Sweet Georgia Girl and Minnie and Larry are all saying rate. Wow, how'd you guys all get this? I find this a very difficult clue. We're talking interest rates, I think. Like, what level is the interest at? That's the rate. I think that's a very hard clue. Nice clue. Most times I can't do the regular ones. Yeah. If anyone's new here, I should tell you we stream every single day at noon Eastern time. And most of the crosswords, 6 of the 7 days of the week, the crosswords are not this hard. This is a special Saturday thing where we solve the hardest puzzle on offer. And Grace says this is one of the most difficult Saturday stumpers I've seen. I kind of agree. I couldn't tell if I was just rusty or if this is harder than average. Oh, and Mike says the same thing. That this is one of the hardest stumpers I've seen. Yeah, it's extremely difficult. Although, as we say that, Solo Assassin and oddly enough seem to be getting this. Beta test. It's a good guess. Let's check this AE because it's a little unusual. Some of the earliest Nova Scotia immigrants. Okay, I didn't know this, but it seems possible. Oh, by the way, I just blew past the reveal that 60 Cross was going to be our hurdle opener. But I don't think it can be. Amanda and Rhonda and Ants and Jerry are telling me it's Gales. So I guess people like Irish people came to Nova Scotia as immigrants, is how I'm interpreting this. But I am pretty sure this is not a valid hurdle word, which means we're backtracking to 57 across. From Scotland, sorry. Like Gaelic, yeah. New Scotland. Oh, Nova Scotia is New Scotland. My God. I don't think I ever appreciated that. That's cool. Nova Scotian means New Scotland. Wow, you guys just taught me something cool. Pizza Pete and Barbara say utter, which I think is going to end up being our hurdle guess. And it could have been worse. I don't love the double T, but we got vowels, we got common letters. I think we got lucky again. I think we're doing utter for hurdle. Lay, we decided today that no matter what 60 across was going to be our hurdle opener, and if it wasn't a valid hurdle word, then we would default to 57. So I think that's the situation we're in. And this roll of the dice panned out. Get 2. Kellyanne says, but the French were there first in Nova Scotia. I'm not going to be able to settle this debate. Toddly Enough says bug. Dad Not Dude and Sharon agree. I like this. Zeppeli's Canadian kin. We have so many letters in place, but I think we could have gotten this even without them. I at least know what this is. Yeah, Felix is excited. Jessica knows it. Ants and Michelle Bartholomew saying beaver tail. I don't know if you've ever had a beaver tail, but they're delicious. Zeppeli is like a fried dough with powdered sugar on it, and a beaver tail is a Canadian dessert. I think of it as like being flatter, but it's good stuff. Good crossword entry. I like it. Guys, I think we're going to solve this. And TikTok's only going to crash 2 more times before we do. Barbara McDowell on Facebook getting beaver tail. 2 Canadian clues in close proximity, says Felix. You're right. Like a flat cinnamon roll, says Michelle. It's a nice description. Sashimi whitefish. So Sweet Georgia Girl and Ellie and Ants are all giving me the same. Grace says beaver tails came up multiple times with a May recently, really, and she's Canadian. She probably knows. She probably grew up on beaver tails. Everyone's saying Thai. I don't recognize this. I eat sushi, but I don't recognize Thai. Dana Dude says, I think we can. I think we can. That's the spirit. Cajun Mama agrees on Thai. How did I just miss this on the sashimi menu? Hey, Lily, how you doing? We are closing in here. Avionics introduction. Ah, nice. Denrod and Ants, I like this, are saying arrow. Harami says, I'm here to hold the live open since I'm stumped. Arrow as in like aeronautics, aeroplane, I guess, but introduction is a prefix. I think that's the idea here, and avionics is about flying. So I'm happy with arrow. Large print display format. Oh, Teresa's saying it could be Alti. Darn, I was so excited about arrow, but Alti, like altimeter, tells you the altitude. So, maybe we need to, okay, maybe I'll do 47 down. Verse from the book with the most chapters. Verse from the book with the most chapters. Okay, Genrod and Therese and Solo Assassin are all saying the same thing. I see. Grace agrees. Okay, and Barbara has a guess for 61 across. So now we're cruising. Psalm. I guess we're talking Bible books. Psalms has the most chapters. It's believable. So Alti. Wow, I was so ready to have arrow in there. Thank you for stomping me. And then Barbara's guessing IMAX for large print display format. Wow. That X looks a little strange, but hold on. Let's do this one. Asian cooling condiment. I do know this one, and it's right. Good. Yeah, KPV, Felix, everyone. Ant says, wow, Alti was a great pull. Totally. This would have been difficult. If we had arrow in here, it would have mucked up all of our vision, you know? Nice. Chulit and Heather and Trips and Lulu know Raita. Raita's like a yogurt served with South Asian food. Yeah, cooling from the spice is the idea behind it, at least. Disorder. I don't think I know this. KPV says Raita is great. I agree with you there. But do we have an error? I'm starting to worry. Chulit and Ants have the same guess, and Dad Not Dude, but I'm seeing a lot of question marks, which isn't a good sign. Felix wants Roblox. Huh. Bollocks. Is this a real thing, or are we just making stuff up? 44 across. People are asking me for crosses. I guess we do need some crosses. I'm a little worried about... Yeah. So if it's bollocks like the British curse word, that's not spelled this way. Inspiration for the second platinum classical LP, 1968. Interesting. I mean, Lucinda and Larry and Rhonda and Jean Ireland are all saying Bach. Seems okay. I mean, Bach is a classical musician. And it works with bollocks. Where things are not in their expected places. Bollocks. You guys know this word? And is it a variant of the British bollocks? Oh man, I lost TikTok again. All right, hopefully this is actually the last time. I'm gonna refresh, and I will put this on screen so that people who are not trying to reconnect on TikTok have something to work on. We are refreshing. And here, I see Sharon just joined. Apologies again for all of that. That's why I came over to Twitch, says Pizza Pete. I understand. We will sort this out soon. Silver gavel presenter for TV, books, etc. Hi again, Felix. What is this? Hi, Rhonda. So Larry Locke is saying ABC, and Lulu says ABC, but Sweet Georgia Girl and Ants and Ellie are saying ABA, which I like because ABA is the American Bar Association, so it's a group of lawyers, and gavel is like what judges use. So maybe a silver gavel. I've never heard of it, but perhaps it's an award for law-related television, books, etc. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but. Held in low regard. It's our only question mark clue in the entire puzzle, which is kind of surprising, given that Stumper's gonna stump. Held in low regard. We have a question mark. We have so many letters in here, and I don't see what's going on. Felix is a very interesting guess. Wow. This is why you guys are solving this puzzle and not me. F1 agrees. Salamed. So I guess this is a verb. To salam is like to bow. Ants is like, wow. That's how I'm feeling too. Julie thinks it's a great guess. So held in regard, low being you get low to show regard for someone. Like bow, it makes sense, says Trips. Oh, and it works with menu, which we weren't sure about. And Had a Problem has been panning out too, so our guesses seem spot on so far today. Paige Wally says, I'm floored at that answer. Paige, do you think it's awesome? Is it flooring you? Yeah, that is as stumpery as it gets. Like, also an extremely hard crossword entry. Even with a straightforward clue, this would be hard for a lot of people to get, let alone a punny clue like that. Maintain. Pizza Pete and Ellie and Dad Not Dude and Jerry and Larry Locke are all saying declare. That seems good. Felix says crossing flow with Malud was definitely a choice. Yeah, that is true. I'm wondering. I'm looking at this section, seeing if there was a more solver-friendly way to fill it. Many seem to know who Flo was. Work shift. I'm seeing redo and I'm seeing rest. Can't say that I fully understand either of them. So when in doubt, I'm going to look at 49 down. Tropico candy flavor. Oh man, I'm a little worried because mango seems so good, but it doesn't work with salamed, which I just spent all that time explaining. Lulu and Jessica and Sue Parlor and Felix and Sharon have an alternative to save me. Melon, Kenya on Twitch, also saying melon. That's a plausible candy flavor. I can live with that. Okay. 3 more crosses. Oh, Jeffrey says relocation. Oh my god. Work shift. Literally shift, like moving around where you work is a relo. That is an unsung hard clue. Third Genesis man to make it to 900. Okay. This does work. There is a Genesis person. Yeah. Oh, although there are actually 2 Genesis people. There's an S and a C, although I thought the C one was spelled with a CH, but we'll check 53 down. Let's look here. Es todo blank, it's all the same. So this is Spanish. Es todo blank. What's this? Proceed with that. I mean, this puzzle is fighting right to the last moment. Seems like we might be onto something, though. Barbara is saying Enos, which was my thought. And then do so. Proceed with that. Do so. And then it's es todo uno would mean it's all one. That would literally translate to it's all one. So I think this is going to be uno, and we're all going to have to really cross our fingers that we don't have an error in this grid, because we totally could. It's a very difficult stumper. John Clarity says, do you ever do the Friday puzzle on stream, or is that against the Friday puzzle rules? Is the Friday puzzle something specific, or do you just mean... Yeah, Ant says, this one hurt my brain. I'm not sure what exactly you mean by the Friday puzzle. I'm curious, though. I'm seeing my drum roll, so I'm going to put an O in and hope we get the confetti. Oh, man, that is a relief. I was worried we were making it through this one. Extremely difficult Saturday stumper. Well done to you all for persevering through this. I am quite impressed. I could not have done this without you. Do not go anywhere. I'm pulling up Hurdle, and we are opening with Udder. That's what we decided. Let me just pull up Hurdle. There we go. Hopefully you can all see that, and it looks sized nicely, so I don't think I need to make any adjustments. Sherry says, ooh, thank God that's over. Yeah. I don't know why. We're kind of masochists on Sunday. Oh, John, you're saying the crossword, the Wall Street Journal contest. We do not do that on stream because this is Arkadium's official channel, and so we only do crosswords that are on Arkadium.com, and the Wall Street Journal's contest crossword is not among those. But I do them in my spare time because I really enjoy them. It seems like you're a big fan of the Wall Street Journal contest crossword, John. You asked me about it last stream. Was it? Have you ever gotten the mug, the prized mug? Because I have not. Yeah, Felix saying that was rough. I totally agree. But still 1 hour, so great job, says Todd. That's true. Yeah, great job to all of you. We actually made it through. Trip says my brain felt like it would turn to stone. Okay. Trips wants radio, which I think is a great guess because it uses all the rest of the vowels. I like this. I'm doing it. Wow, we only have a little O to show for it. Okay, so what do we do from here? What do we do from here? James says, do you like cryptic crosswords? I do like cryptic crosswords. I consider myself a crossword expert, but not when it comes to cryptic crosswords. I'm totally a novice. I enjoy them, but I'm not particularly good at them. We've never solved one on the channel. Arkadium does have a cryptic crossword, and maybe we will solve it together sometime. Broom. Cajun Mama and Lucinda both asking for brooms. Let's try it. Ooh, okay, that we can do something with. That was big. I can actually only think of one word that works with this. Yeah, Mike and Blar just giving me the G. I think it has to be groom, right? All right, there we go. That's one in the bag. That's around 1 of 5. I think everyone at this point knows how her. Oh, vroom. It could have been vroom, says Dad Nut Dude. That would have been strange. I think everyone knows how hurdle works at this point, but if you don't, I'm happy to explain the rules. And I should tell anyone watching that we stream every single day at noon Eastern time. Following is the best way to keep in touch. And we will hopefully get our TikTok issues sorted out soon. I don't think ocean is the best guess right now because we know there's no O. Oddly enough wants a do, which is a very hurdly thing to do. All right, I like to go vowel hunting, so let's try this. Felix wants jazzy, which is always my example for like the hardest hurdle word. So I in the center and no other vowels except for perhaps a second I or a Y. But maybe it's just stick or something like that. Blink, yeah. Jessica also saying stick. Lulu saying stink. Maybe that's even better. Let's try that. Okay. Well, we found an S. Shiny, I like that, except there's no longer an N. I liked that guess, though. But maybe it could still be SH something. Shift. No, but there's no T, Larry. Spicy. That's a cool guess. And I think it doesn't disagree. Yeah, Paige and Mike, a lot of people converging on spicy. Why don't we try this? Oh, wow, I'm actually shocked. I started to feel like spicy. And even the Cajun Mama who knows something about spicy. So wait, what is this? If not even the Y lit up. And it can't be slick anymore, Barbara, because there's no C, there's no K. Oh, sniff. No, but there's no N. Swill? Oh, I'm starting to get a little nervous, actually. Shill. There's more possibilities. Swish. Okay, we might need a filler. Wow. How quickly you can find yourself in trouble. So shill, swish, swill. Swiss. Oh my god. Soup Parlor suggesting while as a filler word. I'm not going to hit enter. I just want to show us. Because it'll check the L, the W, and the H. Or prowl. Yeah, kind of similar. Dad Not Dude agrees on while. I'm going to do it. I think it's a good idea, but then we only have one shot. I know there's no E, Sweet Pea. We don't think the answer is actually while, but it covers several, exactly. Gary thinks it sounds good. Let's try it. Ooh, that is a relief. We got a lot of yellow there. So, wow, that was a good filler because the W lit up, so it could have been swill, but the L didn't light up, so it's swish. I think it has to be swish. Nice. That was a close one. I don't like when it takes all 6, but Sue, that was a great suggestion for a filler. I really liked what you did there. Yeah, Cholita's relieved, so am I. We didn't get a single hit on Swish, so we are on our own yet again. Blake is like, Kobe, that's how it felt. Listbar is saying W filler. Yeah, that was a win of a filler. Okay, Hannah's saying moral. I don't see any reason to deny that. Perfectly reasonable guess. Didn't pan out much. The moral of the story is don't listen to Hannah. I'm just kidding. Root leant. Felix, you got. I'm not doing jazzy. Although it technically is consistent with our board right now. Meant. No, but there's no M. Quest? What? Let's do something real. Taken? Caved. I don't know why caved is calling to me, but it is. Let's do it. The real Elsie is guessing jazzy too. Why? What is with this conspiracy? Why are we struggling so much on this board? Can't find anything. Vault, I'm seeing. Wait, what is this going to be? We probably need a second vowel of some sort. So I guess it's either a Y or a U. Jazzy is still a possibility. Can you imagine? One day Jazzy is going to be it, and I'm going to be the butt of the joke. Gaunt. I like that guess. Or haunt. That looks good. Let's try gaunt. Yeah, tangy. It's another good guess. Although gaunt would give us information about tangy. Let's try this. Oh my god, what is happening? Wait. Seriously, what is this? If this is jazzy, I'm quitting Hurdle for good. It's gotta be jazzy. Okay. Let's be serious here. We have 2 guesses left. You do not want me to guess jazzy. Brent, welcome. I have been doing well, although right now I'm in a bit of a bind. And TikTok is, yeah, my chat is not helping me. What should we actually guess? Ardot wants me to guess jazzy. Guys, we're gonna lose. You don't understand, we are gonna lose. I can't guess jazzy. Sweet Pea says go for it. Oh my god, everyone is saying jazzy. There's not a lot of other choices. There are other choices though. We could do we could guess a filler, because I'm seeing Kappa or Pappy. Puffy? Test FPY with Puffy. Soup Parlor gave me a great filler earlier. I need to keep us on track. Puffy. What else could it be? Kappa and Kazoo. There's so many things it could be, honestly. No, it can't be Kazoo. All right. I don't know what to do, honestly. Everyone wants me to guess jazzy. We're just going to get an A and the rest grays, and then what are we going to do? Jumpy for a filler. Hold on. Jumpy at least guesses some letters. Although, I think only Kappa and Jazzy. All right, can I guess Jumpy? Do we approve? The real Elsie's telling me no. I know there's no U. We know it's not Jumpy. But, yeah, it's a filler. I know it needs to be second Cajun. We don't think Jumpy is actually the word. It's just going to give us information. Oh, man. Chat is very split. Everyone wants me to do Jazzy. Oh, my God. Do Jazzy. All right. Everyone wants me to do Jazzy. I'm doing it just for you guys. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. How did that work? Jazzy is always my joke about, like, the worst hurdle word you could ever get. I cannot believe that just happened. I'm floored. I can't believe that worked. I thought for sure. Pizza Shane, this is the last hurdle forever. That's true. I said if it's jazzy, I'm quitting hurdle forever. Oh my god. I wonder, yeah, did Arkadium plant this? The real Elsie says, I can breathe now. Oh my god. Okay, I see 4A as a guess, so we do still have a hurdle to solve. But I'm still kind of reeling from that, gonna be honest. Cajun Mama saying crazy. Yes, indeed, that was crazy. It can't be alloy or decay. Could be heavy. Heavy's a good guess. Amply. I like that guess too. It can't be artsy because of the R, I found. Has anyone not coped with aptly also? Let's try amply. The fact that jazzy was actually the answer. And now amply was the answer out of all. This really feels like an April Fool's hurdle. Okay, well, we are in the last round now. I did see someone. Jazzy was right. Jazzy was right. I'm like, I can't even talk right now. We only get 2 guesses of our own. I have been missing a lot of comments that I did want to reply to, but I'm just so someone said that they tried the Arkadium cryptic and it was very difficult. But we do like difficult crosswords here, so maybe we should try it. And meanwhile, someone else said, oh no, there goes TikTok. Okay, last refresh of the day. A lot of refreshes. Give me 1 sec. All right, bad timing to lose TikTok, but hopefully y'all are back now. And we only get 2 of our own guesses on the last round of Hurdle. We know there's an M and an O, and we've ruled out some places for them to be. I'm saying combo, motto. Both look like compelling guesses. Combo and motto. I like that. Maybe, are those the only 2 possible? Yeah, TikTok was like, jazzy, I'm out. Yeah, Grace's combo is super nice, and I tend to agree. Oh, and we know there's 2 O's. I hadn't quite appreciated that. So we know there are 2 O's. Yeah, let's do combo. Oh, it's not right. But the O's are in the right places. Motto is looking pretty good. Is there anything else it could be? I guess it doesn't matter at this point. We only get 1 guess. Yeah, Lispar saying it has to be motto. All right, let's cross your fingers. Felix says maybe it's moo. Motto. All right, here we go. Fantastic. I don't know what to say, guys. You guys were insisting that I guess jazzy. I was so reluctant, and at the last minute, I let you talk me into it, and it was right. And we only had the A. And jazzy is always my joke about, like, this is the worst hurdle word ever. Well done, everybody. Lulu says I will never get over jazzy. I'm going to think about jazzy all weekend. Speaking of all weekend, I will be back tomorrow, same time, noon Eastern. It will. Brent says this was a jazzy return for me. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Brent, you brought the fun as usual. Join me again tomorrow. We'll solve another hard crossword, but not as hard as today's. And hopefully Hurdle is friendlier as well. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday, everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with the technical issues. I know it's frustrating, and hopefully I will have some updates for you soon. See you all tomorrow.